Calaroga Shark Media.
Hello and welcome to Palace Intrigue. I am your host, Mark Francis. Meghan Markle's Suits co-star Abigail Spencer is among the select few to have received a limited edition jar of the Duchess's new American Riviera Orchard strawberry jam. Abigail was gifted jar number 6, which she revealed in an over-the-top photo shoot showcasing her reclining in the grass with the precious preserve. Smiling in a sunny garden with her dog, Abigail displayed the ceramic bowl for all to see. She told her followers, "This jam is my jam. A delicious taste of what's to come indeed. Love you so, M." Her post was well received among her followers, with actress Mindy Kaling commenting that it was like an ad for sunshine and happiness. However, some users appeared skeptical of the photo shoot, with one branding it as hilarious and another saying, "Not even an attempt to remove the C-word lemons and dead flowers. It's like a cheap farmer's market basket." One user even questioned, "Are you sure you want to eat that jam?" Another user joked, "I often don't take a platter of fruit out into the garden to pose with." Laughing face emoji, hilarious. Harry's friend Nacho Figueres shared a montage of photos, including one of him sampling the jam with the caption, "Did I tell you I love your jam?" The carousel also included a photo of the American Riviera Orchard jam spread on toast with raspberries and a playful picture of Figueres taking a bite. The label on the jar featured in the Polo Star's post was stamped 10 out of 50. Nacho's wife wrote on her Instagram stories, "Strawberry jam makes me happy, and I love your jam." Accompanied by a photo of the product, she also shared a shot of herself taste testing the jam, spreading it on a slice of bread along with some strawberries. People did some detective work on who has received Meghan's jam. Kelly McZee Zafjan, who was part of the Love Like a Mother fundraising T-shirts story last week, has jar number 3. Abigail Spencer, number 6. Mr. and Mrs. Nacho have number 10. Fashion designer Tony Robbins received jar number 17. Mindy Kaling has jar 19. Tracy Ellis Ross, number 21. It's unclear who received jar number 1, but we're going to guess Prince William. Meghan's former friend Lizzie Cundy told GB News, "They've got these new Netflix shows about making jam and cookery and gardening, and there's Harry about polo playing. It's not really relatable. I think it's pretty insensitive when Catherine's going through what she's going through and the king is going through his cancer issues too. It's really insensitive, to be honest. They never read the room, do they? They're so into themselves they can't see the wood for the trees." Royal author Tom Quinn tells The Mirror, "At Kensington Palace and Clarence House there is incredulity. No one can quite believe the fifth in line to the throne has given up being a working royal for this, for a grubby commercial venture designed to make ordinary people think that by buying Meghan's jams and yoga mats, they can enjoy the kind of celebrity life she lives in Montecito. This is a very clever, curiosity-building campaign that is about generating attention, getting ready for a launch. It is a creative communication exercise that is photogenic and is getting people asking questions. It is a classic pseudo-event, which is getting eyeballs around this business. I think it's doing exactly what a stunt like this should be doing, getting global coverage from millions of people who don't quite see the join and would quite like to taste her jam." In The Guardian, Gabby Hinsliff writes, "In a retro sepia-tinted launch video, the woman we once hoped would put a rocket up in the royal family is seen blissfully stirring a saucepan and arranging flowers. It's only 3 years since she wrote an open letter to US congressional leaders lobbying for paid family leave for working parents, sparking wild speculation about her run for political office. But suddenly that seems like a very long time ago. For now, at least, it's goodbye to the much-mocked empowering feminist podcasts and hello to the safety of her California kitchen. Meghan is, it seems, entering her trade wife era. If you're a woman of a certain age and given to scrolling exhaustedly through Instagram or TikTok after a long day, you'll almost certainly recognize the genre. Think apron-wearing American homesteaders posting wholesome reels of themselves canning peaches and feeding chickens, or wives posting syrupy tributes to their husbands rising at 5 a.m. for work so they can stay home with their babies and sourdough starters. And if you also happen to be an exhausted working mother of small children, so deep in the trenches you can barely summon the energy to microwave a ready meal, there may be well times when you're secretly tempted. Not so much by the reality of actually giving up work as by the fantasy, the dream of a life that seems mainly to involve drifting serenely around your immaculate house, pausing occasionally to stir a bubbling pot of something delicious, rather than simultaneously juggling aggressive out-of-hours emails and a small person demanding you wipe their bottom. It's not the jam itself that appeals, but the luxury of having time to make jam if you wanted, and to waft about feeling warmly maternal instead of constantly frazzled and guilty and as if you're failing on all fronts. That and the idea of not having to work all hours to earn the money to pay the nursery that enables you to work all hours for a boss who still ultimately hasn't forgiven you for getting pregnant. An update on the Hijacked Jam website from The Telegraph. It seems that a royal prankster has been up to some mischief by purchasing a domain name similar to Meghan Markle's luxury lifestyle brand, American Riviera Orchard, and redirecting it to a Waitrose page featuring King Charles' rival jam, Duchy Organic Strawberry Jam. The Duchy Organic Strawberry Jam is produced by Waitrose in partnership with the Duchy Originals brand, which was established by King Charles in 1990 when he was the Prince of Wales. The brand is known for its commitment to organic and sustainable farming practices. Melissa McCarthy stuck up for Meghan, telling Page Six, "It bums me out for every woman and every person that for no reason people just like to attack. A smart, interesting woman that has her own life, for some reason, is incredibly threatening to some people. I always think how inspiring. I've never once been threatened by someone who is amazing. I just think how inspiring. I just think how inspiring. It's really on the people throwing the hate." Royal Insider Deep Crown texted us to say, "Perhaps Melissa received some jam." Palace Intrigue will be right back. Work has commenced on a new statue of Queen Elizabeth II. The statue is being created by renowned artist Andy Edwards and will be displayed in Newcastle-under-Lyme, Staffordshire upon completion. Edwards is basing his design on photographs taken during the late monarch's visit to the town in 1973, when she marked the borough's 800th anniversary. The statue will include details such as the famous Cambridge brooch, which the Queen wore during her visit. The artist, known for his work on the Beatles statue at Liverpool's Pier Head, expressed his honour and sense of responsibility in undertaking the commission, awarded by Newcastle-under-Lyme Borough Council. He described the design as informal in its presentation, but emphasised the need for exacting standards to create a sensitive portrait of the late Queen. He said, "Queen Elizabeth, of course, brought happiness and comfort to a lot of people across the years. I hope that this tribute will remind and continue that." The £85,000 bronze cast statue is being created to mark the 850th anniversary of the borough. Meanwhile, a statue of Elizabeth, believed to be the first permanent memorial dedicated to the late monarch, was unveiled in Rutland on what would have been her 98th birthday. The unveiling was met with cheering crowds as the sheets were removed to reveal the statue of the Queen in her younger years. The impressive 7-foot-tall statue depicts Queen Elizabeth in flowing regal robes, but it also includes an extra detail that has captured the hearts of royal fans: her 3 beloved corgis at her heels. This additional feature has been praised as a sweet and thoughtful touch. And there you have it. If you'd like to email us, our address is thepalaceintrigue@gmail.com. Please follow us on Spotify, Apple, or your app of choice. And if you like the show, hit those 5 stars on Apple. It really helps us out. I'm Mark Francis. My thanks to John McDermott. This is Palace Intrigue, and good times.